Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a new Tesla video talking about, of course, well, Tesla, the stock, news, all that good stuff. So today was quite a day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure, if you've been following it all today, absolute wild ride today. Now the market's about to close in like literally 4 minutes roughly, so we'll see where it actually closes off. But let's talk about the day first, and then we'll look at the actual chart overall. So absolutely brutal day. I did say on Friday that I do think the bottom should be around that 1020, or sorry, between the 1020 to 1000 level. That's what I expected, which is right around here. So this was, like, in my opinion, what I thought would be the bottom, right? So averaged out around the 1008-ish level. That was where that fib was that I showed you guys that I did remove for now. But, because, I know where it is, right? But, we talked about that fib. And, it did really seem like that should be the bottom. And I'm not going to lie. At first, man, this morning, I'm like, man, the second we broke 1000, I'm like, that's bad. That's not good, right? That needs to get reclaimed. But the strength came in. To be fair, the thing you have to remember, guys, is that when these things happen, you have to, like, keep your mental in check. Don't panic. Don't, freak out. And just have conviction in what you're holding, right? This is why whenever the market's being very fragile, I only mainly just buy Tesla. That's the only stock I buy. Mainly because it is, like, without question, not even closely remotely related to anything else in terms of my conviction. Like, it is by far my number one conviction stock, period. Like, it's not even close. So I just concentrate on that, and I don't lose sleep over it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it'll go back up eventually. Sure, there might be some short-term pain and suffering, all that stuff. Like, okay, it happens. But, I don't mind. Like, I'm not worried. And yeah, that's kind of what I did. So the one thing I did do, I will say, is I had a stop loss. I actually did set a stop loss at 993 for a bit of shares, like a small portion of my total shares I own, like literally like 5%, maybe like, I don't know, 5 to 10%, like 5%, I think, of the shares I overall own of Tesla, to just free up some cash. And then was at 994, I think, or something like that, or 3. And then, so it sold those shares, and then I used half of those shares and I rebought back down here, and I kept the other half just as like an insurance, because I was pretty much out of ammo. And I thought, you know what, the worst feeling, in my opinion, when Tesla falls like that, is just not having more cash to buy the dip. Like, I have to go to the bank, I have to withdraw, I have to transfer it. It's annoying. I don't really want to do that. I'll only do that if Tesla falls into 800s, but I essentially, and then I rebought half of those here, and I'm holding the other half as just cash insurance, just in case. You never know. But it's a very small position. Like, the majority, like 95% of my cash in my account is pretty much just in Tesla. Anyway, the point is, let's talk about the actual stock itself, right? So very beautiful recovery. The market in general, let's go over the indices very quickly. The ones that really matter, in my opinion, which is the SPY and the QQQ. So if you look back at my previous videos on the SPY, this red line was there the whole time. I didn't move it. I didn't change it. This red line has just been there. And you can see how well technical analysis sometimes works, right? The SPY dropped all the way down to this kind of 457 level, bounced right off of that, ended up completely closing up on the day. The market's about to close in a minute. And the SPY is forming probably one of the most textbook bullish candles, hammer candles, that you can find. This was another one that happened over here. You can see it dropped all the way here, gapped down, created another hammer candle, and then rallied the hell up. Pretty much the same story here, except this one is like super textbook, man. It's hard to say which one's better. It's hard to say which one's better, but they're very close, right? They're very close. The point is that this is a very bullish close. The only thing I would watch out for is the resistance at this 466 level, which is where we closed the previous day on Friday. That's the only thing I'd watch out for. But the second this 466 it gets broken and we smash through it, I don't see much worries, man. I don't see many issues. So that's really good about that. QQQ got absolutely hammered today. It actually fell right below this red line here, this red line was always here. This is a new one. Fell right below it. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I saw that and I'm like, oh my god, man, this is like Tesla's not doing too bad relative to the QQQ, but like this is pretty bad. And then the rest of the day just rallied back up. Actually ending the day, it seems like higher than the close on Friday. The close on Friday was 379.86 and we're ending at 380, so that's pretty bullish actually too. And it's also forming its own little hammer candle as well. Not as clean as the SPYs, in my opinion. The longer the wick, the better. This is like half wick, half candle, which is fine, still good. But the SPYs is just, man, this is just like if you were to go into like an encyclopedia or some stuff about like stock analysis and like definition of what a hammer candle looks like, man, this is like picture perfect, man. It just doesn't get better than this. This is absolutely stunning. So yeah, similar with Tesla. Tesla's hammer candle is like not really, it's more like a great sword candle, right? It's like not much of a wick down here, which is not ideal, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. The point is that it's ridiculously bullish close regardless, and it does seem like we actually ended up closing above this resistance line at this 1058-ish level, which is good. Now, I don't want to get your hopes up too much, guys. This is a great reversal, and it's very bullish in my opinion. But don't be surprised if Tesla does a quick retracement back to this like 1030-ish level, in my opinion. Like, I would not be surprised to see that. Because I mean, again, it doesn't always go up, right? So you have like, when we came down, we get down and then up, down, a little bit up, down, a little bit up, and then we went down. And instead of continuing this trend and going down again, like, down a little bit up and then going back down like this, which I thought we might the second we broke under here, we did bounce off this, what's it called, 980 spot, which is a decently, resistance area here, or support right here, which he saw twice over here, and it acted a few times over here. So this 980 level is actually decent support, kind of out of nowhere, which ended up working today, which is great. Tesla's also kind of forming this pretty decent-ish looking inverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish pattern, shoulder, head, shoulder. So this is the shoulder being formed right here. Not the cleanest looking head and shoulders inverse in my opinion, but it's kind of there. Though it is a little bit of a stretch. So that's something else to keep in mind. So yeah, overall, not looking bad. A great reversal, pretty bullish. So I feel good about calling the bottom there because it technically was the bottom. I mean, we did climb right back up and smash through that area, which is great to see. So that's very nice. But again, don't forget, guys, stocks don't only go up. So expect Tesla to either go up to this 1082 level before retracing back down to maybe the mid thousands again, and then assuming that holds, which should, then we continue going up. That's probably what's going to happen in my opinion. But another thing you have to watch out for is we do have this bull flag that we have to break out of again. And then we have this red line up here that was support, now resistance, we have to break out again. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go up maybe like tomorrow or Wednesday, sometime like that. Touch this 1082 line, which is decent resistance in my opinion, right? You can see here, act at a decent resistance over here, or support out rather, and that was resistance, of course, right? So I wouldn't be surprised to see it kind of rally up potentially to 1082 before having a quick little, retrace, because again, stocks essentially zigzag all the time, right? That's how they move. It's always a zigzag. And then, we retrace back to maybe the mid thousands ish, and then assuming that holds, we retrace, or we go back up again and break through, and we continue rallying into the earnings coming up, that's my prediction right now. So in case you're wondering where my prediction is, that's my prediction. I think we're going to go up either around here or go a bit higher to 1084, come back down to this mid-thousand area, 1040, 1050-ish area. Hopefully that holds. Hopefully we bounce off that and, holds decently well around this general area. And then we rally to earnings. That's my opinion. But either way, guys, great reversal. Very proud of this one. Very, very nice. The only thing that's not so nice is the fact that the MACD is still making a lower low. So that's, not ideal. That's why I don't want to get your hopes up too much just yet, guys. We do want to see that. We want to see how the retracement works. The next pullback, we need to see where that leads us. That's going to be a very important pullback. And on Wednesday, we have the CPI data coming out, which could be the determining factor as to whether we're back into a bullish pattern here or we're still overall in a downtrend. And this was just like a dead cat bounce. So I don't want to say we're out of the woodworks yet. So don't get too high, too hopeful, I guess, just yet. I want to keep you guys grounded. Don't go all in calls or something like that. Chill. Let's wait for the next retracement. That's going to be an important one, and that'll tell us if we're still in bear territory, short term, of course, or we're actually still going to be on this overall uptrend going up into earnings. So keep that in mind, guys. But for now, let's go into the news regarding Tesla stuff. Starting things off here, Tesla Model 3 is already sold out in Europe for Q1 already. So that's pretty bullish. I mean, Europe is going to love this. I mean, don't forget, Giga Berlin, of course, just hopefully soon coming online. At this point, it feels like it's delayed longer than it should have been, which it is. But nonetheless, I mean, it should be coming online hopefully this month. That'll be fantastic news, of course, once that's starting. This is a great post I thought I'd mention. This is if you want to take a screenshot or, to save for yourself or something like that. Just a general 12-month stock price targets from, the majority of analysts and, firms essentially that are not slow. Let's just say that. Some firms have them at 200. Not even worth mentioning those in my opinion, but this is definitely one good to know. This is Pierre Ferragu, of course. Wedbush, I believe, is Dan Ives. Wedbush, I think Wedbush is Dan Ives. So you want to, these are really good ones, of course, that you want to make sure you're following. And just a thought, something nice to kind of keep in mind if you need to. This is also really bullish in my opinion. Tesla Model S and X debuting tomorrow in Taiwan with their native charge port, which is extremely bullish. And the final thing, of course, is going to be Troy TSLA talking about how Tesla may have outsold, according to his calculations, BMW in US for the first time in 2021. But either way, guys, that's pretty nice stuff right there. So very, very close to the stock market overall. After hours are up a tiny bit, but after hours, I don't think matters too much. I don't look at it too much. I don't care about it too much unless it's a massive volume. And in this case, it's not. If it's low volume, irrelevant. Either way, great reversal. We'll see what the next couple of days, especially Wednesday, take us. Those are going to be really important. But up until then, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed these updates. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button. Not financial advice, as usual. Don't forget. But with all that being said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you for the next one. Peace.